Have you ever been on a date where everything seemed perfect? Great chemistry, fun conversation, maybe even a spark. But deep down, something just felt off? Like you were following the world's dating playbook, but God was whispering, "This isn't the way." Maybe you've been there, swiping right, chasing the vibe, trying to force a connection, or even settling for someone who doesn't share your faith because, well, dating is hard and the world makes it look so easy. But what if I told you Christian dating isn't about following the world's rules? What if God actually has a better way? Let's get real. The world says dating is about chemistry, fun, physical attraction, seeing where it goes. But the Bible says something totally different. In 2 Corinthians 6:14, it warns, "Do not be unequally yoked with unbelievers." That's not just a suggestion, it's protection. Worldly dating is often self-focused. Does this person make me happy? Do they fulfill my needs? But Christian dating is kingdom-focused. Is this relationship drawing me closer to God? Are we pursuing holiness together? The world says, date around, have fun, figure it out later. But Christian dating asks, is this person someone I could see as a future spouse? Not in a rushed way, but with wisdom. Proverbs 4:23 says, "Guard your heart above all else, because not every connection deserves your emotions." The world normalizes hookups, moving fast, and testing physical compatibility early. But 1 Thessalonians 4:3-5 says, "It is God's will that you should be sanctified, that you should avoid sexual immorality." Christian dating isn't about how far you can go. It's about honoring God together. Worldly relationships often revolve around us, but Christian dating invites God into the relationship. Ecclesiastes 4:12 says, "A cord of 3 strands is not easily broken." That third strand, God. Let's keep it real. Christian dating isn't always easy. Sometimes it means walking away from someone you really like because they don't love Jesus. Sometimes it means waiting longer than you want. But here's the truth. A God-honoring relationship is worth the wait. Psalm 37:4 says, "Delight yourself in the Lord, and He will give you the desires of your heart." That means if you seek Him first, He'll align your relationships. Mark dated a girl who checked most boxes. Fun, attractive, liked his friends. But she didn't share his faith. At first, it wasn't a big deal. But over time, he felt alone in his walk with God. When he finally ended it, he realized, "I was settling for someone who didn't help me grow spiritually." Sarah decided early on that she wouldn't date just to date. She focused on her purpose, served in church, and trusted God's timing. Then she met James, a man who prayed with her before their first date. Now they're engaged, leading a small group together, and growing in faith as a team. Which story do you want? The world's way or God's way? Truth. Faith without action is dead, James 2:17. Yes, pray, but also put yourself in godly community, grow your character, and stop ignoring red flags. Head faith is the foundation, but compatibility matters too. Do you share values, life goals, and emotional health? Amos 3:3 says, "Can 2 walk together unless they agree?" Says who? Christian dating is adventurous. Hiking, serving together, deep convos, even fun boundaries like no kissing until marriage, if that's your conviction. Song of Solomon proves romance within God's design is electric. If you're thinking, great, but my church has 3 singles, and they're all my cousins. Here's your game plan. Serve in your local church. That's where godly people are. Hebrews 10:25. Try Christian events, church conferences, passion, young adults retreats, etc. Ask for referrals Let friends, family introduce you. Proverbs 11:14. Online dating. Use filters wisely, e.g., Upward, Salt apps. Let's talk deal breakers. If your partner drags you away from God, pressures you to compromise, refuses to grow spiritually, love yourself enough to walk away. 1 Corinthians 15:33 says, "Bad company corrupts good character." And no, you can't fix them. I get it. Waiting is hard. Rejection stings. But every no is God protecting you from what looks good to settle for His best. Your future spouse is worth the wait. Your purity is worth protecting. Your faith is worth guarding. So drop a heart in the comments if you're choosing God's way, and tag a friend who needs this. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Remember, your love story is being written by the author of love himself. Thank you, brothers and sisters, for watching.